So,
At least
Is
there
there
isn't any
is there
liquid or
spaces and
toxic
stuff?
gas.
what?
Is there no spaces and stuff?
There's no spaces, correct.
There is no Earth level. There you go.
Okay. Bryce, you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yes, and we can see Cassid band.
Oh, the glory of Satan. Okay.
Okay. Count.
I asked my dad, what's my social security number again? He was like, 2.
Oh my god,
Oh,
Bryce, we're gonna have to go to a different
oh
call.
my god, yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Connor feels like shit now.
Yep.
Alright, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
So, get the band. Riven, again, still not nerfed. Caston,
Rip.
not nerfed either. At least, still strong. Really strong jungler. Fits into any team comp pretty well and has strong early game damage. Gragas, because of sieging, he can win a team fight with his ultimate single-handedly, and he can poke under turret really easy with his Q.
Kazakhs.
Kha'Zix is really good for like lane swapping, because if you 3v1 die with Kha'Zix, his damage is just too high for the person to live. Shyvana is being hovered right now, but Renekton wasn't banned.
I think Renekton would be a good pick for EP.
Well, this is before Shyvana's nerfs. Shyvana outscales Renekton, and before her nerf, she was able to trade even with him.
Oh.
But people are a lot more experienced playing Renekton, and teams are a lot more comfortable with Renekton on their team. They're not going to take any of you.
No, I see a Lucian though. I can see Lucian being viable.
They're picking their bottom lane first. That's okay. They could have gone for their top jungle there and not revealed anything. Hovering by here. Vi, her ultimate's broken, it's a free engage. She can close 2 screen lengths in under a second. And you just can't escape her ult. For how China plays, Shyvana, Vi is a really strong combo.
And there's the Renekton pick, at least hovering.
They're gonna pick it. I feel like they should have picked it earlier because they aren't really taking anything away. Maybe they're taking Annie away, but the AD carry pick didn't really matter.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, they're gonna pick their jungler here. They want to counter pick the mid lane. Even though Ziggs already picked. Counter picks extend more outside the lane. They don't want to pick something that's just gonna get destroyed by the rest of them. Like, I don't even know what the bot lane would do to impact it. I guess if with they have a really strong siege comp here and dive. I don't know what TB is gonna pick for mid lane. They need something with wave clear, but Gragas is banned, Ziggs is picked, and they need something that can start fights. Or have, like, bring some CC to fight. There we go,
Ooh,
Orianna.
Orianna would be really good.
Well, we saw Syndra destroy yesterday, but I think Orianna would be a better pick because they want the speed buff on Olaf to get into the back line.
Yeah, I think Orianna would be the master pick
But-
here, but they're locking in. So,
They want to do more damage, that's all. Make it look like they're the ones carrying the game. Now,
we saw the Olaf jungle last game. I didn't really like how that played out because of the switch.
Olaf was top lane last time.
Or, yeah, because of the switch top lane and bot lane. I didn't really like how Olaf played. But with Olaf in the jungle, I want to see how that turns out.
Now, outside of jungle picks, TB is going for a really early game comp. They're looking just to win through laning. Renekton's going to beat Trivana. Syndra will beat Ziggs. Lucian Annie's going to beat Caitlyn Thresh. But they're all going to get outscaled. So if they don't win heavily early, they're not going to win the game.
对的，我觉得老干爹在线上的时候反而是一个突破点，能不能在线上打爆他们？这样的话，就对于 EP 来说，他们就没有后期了。是的，对。好，那这边我们看到双方球友都已经准备就绪。
I expect them to try to force the 2v2. And I expect jungle invade.
Jungle invade level 1.
Yep. Well, us on the TV, it's LGD.
好了，各位观众，这边比赛已经开始，蓝色集团方就是 EP.hk， 而红色集团方就是老干爹战队。
The only person
已经出门了，要看一下双方一击
not doing normal stuff. And he went for her gold generation income. Or gold generation item.
对，最流行的出门，因为现
That
在整体
tends to hint that she's looking not for the 2v2 lane.
比较喜欢打这种。
But Lucian is going bot lane.
但这样的一个唯一的缺点就是你需要和 AD
They have to be really careful in the early levels then,
的防掩覆盖。
because Thresh will bring more combat stats with the Door and Shield.
两边都是站好了位置，都没有入侵的打算。是的，一个一字长蛇阵。看这个套路，应该是要打一个正规的对线。
No early plays, they're just lining up.
对，这边出去的话，只可能是稍微的看一下
And
对
up
方
for a
的
nice game of
情况
dodgeball.
这边两边的打野和上单遭遇了。
什么东西发生？还有30秒到达战
Two pings from blue side coming out.
这里稍微消耗了一点血量，不过没有关系。如果你本身
Now,
的话
that used half of Olaf's mana, and it's not going to force Shyvana out. I don't think it was really worth going for.
EP 的上单，我们
No.
这的这个第一视角的直播。
是的，那么在 TJ 平台这一局，我们选择的是 EP.hk 的新上单，以及老干爹战队中单的第一视角直播。这个大家可以看一下这个
Well,
辛德拉的一个打法。
looks like they are going to do the lane swap now. They're just looking to see where Caitlyn was.
对的，
That makes sense. They have the they didn't want to give away their lane position, so they went bot. Now that they see the enemy team's bot lanes there, they're going top.
这里看一下怎么样去选择，还是换了下来。这里的话选择了一个主动的换
换下来了。
对，主动的换
Again with the lane swap.
是有点激
Um,
蓝色方这个下路。
I don't know how well Renekton's going to be able to play against a Caitlyn Thresh.
老干爹这里下路不虚啊。
对啊。安妮和卢西亚有什么好虚的？
对，
Well,
更稳一些了。
I feel they shouldn't have gone with the coin start, but since they did the coin start, they have to do the lane swap.
哎，这里鳄
Yeah.
鱼也没有分经验。龙女过来，这边也没有分。
You pick
那这样的话，双方
Lucian Annie to win early game.
鳄鱼直接回家了，要补一 一下血瓶。
这个辛德拉果然很。
Yeah, so if you're going for a lane swap, you better push fast.
对，当然炸弹这边 Q 也是不遑多让，套血也是很厉害。是的。
Pretty even trade. Ziggs just potting up, so Syndra.
套血真的有时候让你挺头疼的。
对的，
没错。
而且他的 Q CD 特别短。
对，一个是短，一个是远。
Yeah, in the mid lane, Ziggs has longer range, so his poke will be more effective in the early game. But Syndra's level 6 burst. We saw it last game. Just gonna destroy the Ziggs if she lands it.
炸弹人要到3、4级的时候，可能会有单杀的情况。不过他带了护盾，应该也没有单杀的想法，一切以求稳为主。
两边都很难单杀。是的。
Savannah's finally making it to lane.
还稍微有一点点机会。
That chase the jungle.
看一下这边是有眼的，看到了，
没有机会。奥拉夫也是。
That ward isn't in the bush.
因为奥拉夫还是很需要装备的这样一个英雄。
一看你这个小走位，我就闪。
对。
Right here, I feel like Olaf should have been on the top lane to help push that down. Since he's not, he should. Well, he should just be there now, because then Shyvana won't be able to defend it. Since he's not there, he should be in bot lane defending with Renekton, but he's just wasting time going for his golem camp instead.
I think he's actually heading top now.
He's heading top now, but they had 3 waves stacked up that just pretty much died for nothing.
I know he's backing off.
Oh.
Flush to Syndra. And Vi will get her ult before that comes back up.
Yeah, as I expected, Renekton's just being held at turret by the Caitlyn. Stun goes out, Olaf misses.
Actually, they would have been able to follow that, but they're gonna get the turret.
We could have gotten a turret and kill, but
right now, Vi shouldn't be
stuff happens.
heading top lane.
Definitely not. I think Vi's best.
She should have realized that Shyvana got ganked and gone bot. Now they're just wasting pressure.
Best thing to do for Vi would be go bot and push turret out of that Renekton.
Or not.
This is gonna be first blood.
Really big misplay by Lucian there. Not respecting the damage. So I guess we were wrong. Olaf was behind the turn, there's no minions, he couldn't run through it. Had to run all the way around. I'm surprised that Lucian and Annie let them get that close though. So because of that misplay top, they're gonna get the bot turret first. And Vi should be going for dragon. She shouldn't be heading back top, she should go for the turret and then take dragon. Well, they're Vi sticking around in bot side for it looks like.
First turret down.
Going to Team EP. 1k gold lead right now for them. Here's Vi hitting the dragon.
I think it's gonna be uncontested.
There's
Don't have a ward on it.
就除非对方的打野过去敷衍。这里一个大招上路支援，是为了清兵，上路应该是为了清兵。哦，漂亮，继续的保存。
Ziggs saving that turret for now. I don't think that Caitlyn and Thresh will be able to rotate up to save it.
打的真的很像一个团队。
是的，而且他清完兵以后就可以把双人路换到上路来，这样的话，
think they're more focused on top
是一个
lane.
转的局面。是的。
这边辛德拉到了6级之后，感觉也没有太多的机会可以击杀这个 吉格斯。
对，吉格斯就远程来慢慢补。哎，这里有机会吗？哎，斧头丢了。
Everyone's top. Renekton should be using this time to push that turret down.
Yeah, he shouldn't be recalling.
这边打得很凶
But he
残，
doesn't know
双
where
人赶到。
anyone is.
魏的爆发很高。
是的，这边魏的赶到呢是。 感觉老干爹并没有意识到对方的双人路已经到了，这边龙女这边
要单杀了，
漂亮！
哇，有一个大腰带的龙女太凶
Stood there
了
and took some hits.
啊，在初期这样一个双人路
This is really bad for LGD. They aren't able to answer top turret. They might end up losing their top turret even.
舒服了，2个人头了。
是的，这个感觉和米勒桑初期的预测
不太一样啊，
是完全不一样的。
2个版本，2个剧本，
对2个剧本啊，这边感觉 EP.hk 的成长真的是比较的大，因为老干爹在我们印
Just
象里面一直
dove really deep. They knew that
线上很凶，而且
Caitlyn Tush should be rotating top because they took the bot turret and took Dragon, and then disappeared. So they knew they were coming top. They shouldn't have chased Vi.
击杀的情况之下呢，是好好的补了一下自己的经济。现在是34个补刀，身上也揣了一个大腰带。
那龙女有2个人头啊。
而且双方的双人路的等级差距还是有点的。
鳄鱼这里想动一下，配合一下辛德拉，中路炸弹人啊，这个走位，炸弹人看到鳄鱼了。
炸弹人这边反正就是我离辛德拉非常的远。
So this is before the turret health changes.
那这样的话也没有什么太大的危险。现在双人路换回来以后，我们可以明显的感觉到 EP.hk 的双人路等级上面是有一个压制。这边的话，哎，
Hook
这边
lands.
塔推的稍微有点慢，看一下，
稍微有
Also
点
going
慢，
down
塔还
very
没
low.
打掉，
Gonna run into
这
it.
下有点
哎
伤哦，锤石
没有
没死，
死吗？一个灯笼，这边还要偏，还要偏。
Lucian is just taking hits there.
因为这边女警应该还有一个大招，
No,
漂
that's gonna be
亮
another kill.
，nice。
Barrier wasn't
关
worth.
键的女警 AD 伤害非常高啊，
Thought Barrier could save him, but
这一波上路的对
And
拼，
而且中路还
And
要
Vi
杀，
with the ult.
炸弹人刚才在勾引，
This is
为
really
后面
not
出来
looking good
打
for
到
LGD.
死辛德拉。
哇 EP.hk
They need to-
宝宝的成长确实是有点恐怖
they
啊。
might lose mid turret here. That'll be really bad.
是的，
They need to get wards out in their jungle and
哎，你女警既然伤害，我可能
ward out, try to get picks.
Mhm.
但是女警有一个大剑，
而且这边 EP 还没有走呢，这样的话上路的防御塔再拿掉，初期就领先2座防御塔，1条小龙，再加上5个人。
This is the best way you can play a siege comp. If you get both outer turrets down
没想到，
and have both theirs up, there's really nothing the enemy team can do against your siege because they just have to protect mid while you have everyone in there.
鳄鱼的线上日子现在慢慢的好过了起来。看一下刚才这波的精彩回放是怎么回事，一个大招没有打到
啊，，逼走位，
但是这里
再炸回来，
闪现。
这个很漂亮，左
Oh,
路
this is when the
再加上
Vi ult comes in.
So Ziggs flashed the Cinder Q, and that's why he was able to live.
就是打的非常侵略性，但是
Yeah, that should have been a
护盾的炸弹
a
人。
kill for Syndra, but
现在有侵略性的好像都没有什么
that
好结
Ziggs
果。
has some fast
无论是上
reflexes.
单还是中单，
现在炸弹这个英
在
雄就
说昨天的狐狸一击上点燃的吗？
是的，现在还是要求稳。
I like how the Ziggs kept the Syndra CC long enough for Vi to get there,
是的，
pick up the kill.
Yeah, the ult went behind Cinder, so she couldn't escape to her turret. She had to commit to the fight once he ulted,
3热外有一条小龙，
and that's another turret down. So turrets are 3-0. There's a 5k gold lead for EP.
情况，他下一条小龙对于 EP 来说非常的好控制。
Game was pretty even just a few minutes ago. LGD has to wonder what happened.
2分钟就要杀了，他们这个眼位和这个塔的情况有点惨。
他可能想法是有的，但是不会付出什么实际行动。对于他们来说，现在可能是想尽快的补充自己的经济，让自己有一定的打团能力以后，再去和对方来进行
Yeah.
正面的冲突。
You pick
关键这边的阵容
Cinder or Necton,
非常猛，
Lucian, Annie for early game. You pick Olaf
但是他们前中期
for the late game because his early game ganks aren't that great.
对，
It's skill shot reliant,
的话已经
and it's
是
not
现在
hard
是
CC even.
手并且还有一双草鞋，这个时候
So I don't think that was very good synergy for their picks. Them losing the early game,
还没抢到，
regardless of the jungle, they were just losing it 1v1s and such.
把整个的战线往下路去拉，来准备第2条小龙的一个情况。
是的
Really
5分钟
Like favorable matchup for EP here.
肯定是日炎。
太肥了这个龙，
现在最肥的2个位置，一个是龙帝，一个是 ADC。中路的话还好，但中路的话这么早补出了法穿鞋，能够在中期的伤害上有着一个比较不错的补充。
对，这么早补出法穿鞋还是挺让人意外的，可能刚才回家钱刚够。
是的。
The items tell the story. Caitlyn has a Bloodthirster towards a BF on Lucian,
是也不敢往过做啊，因为对方有一个
and a Sunfire Cape on Shyvana compared to just a Giant's Belt.
去单抓掉人的成功几率是非常的高的。
而且卢锡安现在已经在往上路走了，看起来是真的要放弃这条小龙。
是的，卢锡安这边还不如去上路补一点经济。
现在他们就是 ADC 和 AD
刚好看好时间来拿小龙，时间刚刚好。
Dragon kind of. There's going to be no contest from LGD here. Just more gold towards EP.
他们只能把经济劣势维持住，然后在中后期的时候，这点经济劣势没有什么劣势。
关键是 EP
Is this the second dragon of the game?
Yeah,
路线各种推。
是的，
both have
So
gone to
both
EP.
dragons are going to EP.
Yeah, I don't really think Sig should be split pushing here. I think they need to. They have the lead. They should group up, siege the turret down, and
Definitely.
start closing out the game.
要前排
They can go.
而且
They can keep Shyvana's pushing Renekton in, and then have her group over for a dive if they want to go for it. Want to go for it, or they can just siege all towers individually
有一条大腰带的龙。
and
Mhm.
get rid of all the outer turrets.
很多人也不是特别喜欢，这里稍微的干扰你一下，等待队友的到
兄弟在
来。
后面，
快来快来！
看这波有没有机会打起来。
想保这个蓝，
LGT really should back out here.
好来了，
If there's a fight, they're gonna lose.
抓走，
鳄鱼在前面，奥拉夫血量不多了，
哇，
安妮一个
这
大招，
很危险。
Olaf
但是没死，奥拉夫率先被秒，鳄鱼紧接着
Renekton's
被
down.
杀掉。看这边希德拉的
Vi ulted Syndra, so she wasn't able to get any of damage off onto the backline.
哇，直接是完成了一个零换3啊，
继续拿到双杀，一把
3
狙。
杀，
That should be an inhibitor turret.
中头比，
非常难打了。
刚刚辛德拉什么都没放出来就被喂给大了。
是的。现在这边
Never mind, death timers are too low right now.
他们一定要
Just a turret that could have taken anyway.
刚刚卢锡安还在家里，
But Lucian's in trouble here.
哇，这里打得很聪明。
这个 W 没中 AQ，
He should be able to get away.
这里的话，
他
吉格斯，
两出血。
哎呀，
哎呀，
Yeah, I think he's
居然
gonna be
丢
able
的
to do it.
He's gonna get his E up soon. Or the
Once the
Ziggs
ult
up.
goes out.
这有了，这有了。
啊，
渣男这个英雄真的挺恶心的。
是的。
Grunfingers on team, but I don't think that he should have been pushing the lane that far anyway.
勾这个野怪
He
过
knew
来，
everyone was behind him.
说明
再加一个闪现，东湖这里也是成功的逃脱。
两段的位移，
这边14分钟经济差居然打了1万，
这个不像是两支新军。
I want to go back to that fight because Annie had a really nice ult off in certain circumstances. And then Vi just countered it by getting into the backline with her ult.
后来的队伍都要接受一切。
是的，
当然我们这样说是有点为之上等，
对，维持过
还是对，要看之后的表现。
这一把的话，其实真的是蝴蝶效应，因为初期他们小赚，然后慢慢的去对面比较好打，再加上小龙和防御塔经济，所以说让他们在中前期的团战上面就各种好打。
感觉老干爹的这个换线打得非常的糟糕啊，
对，这个换线把自己换进去，
换死了吧自己。
所以我就
When we saw Syndra yesterday, I feel like that's how LGD should be playing it. They should be warding around, trying to set picks up.
鳄鱼初期打龙女还算
If they have Annie, Syndra, if they find one person alone, they can just burst in and kill them.
想要和平补刀的话是很简单的。
是的，
Mhm.
就对着刷嘛。这里鳄鱼的等级
That should be the roaming squad while Olaf can wait player mid lane. And they want to try to force
推线的速度的话，感觉龙女完
a
全
split
碾压鳄鱼。
from EP.
这个时候鳄鱼对
EP wants to be grouped as 5 or 4. LGD really doesn't want that. Unfortunately, they're behind, so they don't really have the tools to.
有机会，漂亮。
Oh, Caitlyn's going down. That's what they wanted.
That Caitlyn just got wrecked.
这边的话是一套很完美的 combo，成功的击杀掉了对方。
So as I was, you can't really dictate what's happening.
Q 了一下，要是早
It's more of up to EP because they had the lead and they lost
有点
in their respective lanes.
想省技能解
So it's not really profitable for them to be split up and get the lanes that they should have won.
到底挺适合几个字，有点像拉斯那种。
But if they're able to catch Caitlyn out with the
而且其实像
stun, then that's definitely gonna put them back in this game.
面前的，除非他自己走位不慎。
嗯。而且我们昨天的比赛也看到，如果你非常的想杀死这个吉格斯的话，你就要付出惨重的代价。
昨天的影子的位吗？
嗯，是的，真的是惨重的代价，
血泪史，
血泪史。这边现在感觉场面上老干爹是慢慢的控制住了，但是龙女这个
10k gold lead before 20 minutes is never
两个
good.
人都击杀不掉这个
If
龙女装备刷起
EP
来
wanted to, they
那
could
后期
send
几乎是
Caitlyn and Vi to do the Baron right now. They have full jungle
位置
control.
作为一个打野， 的选手，他现在这种装备
on the red side.
很肥，因为他初期不平这里先出了一把弹刀以后，现在魏如果有弹刀的话，初期的伤害其实是非常可观的。
其实感觉弹刀这个道具还是更适合魏相比于这个弹皮来说。
是的，
我觉得还是要打得凶一些，
他需要有一些输出装
有一些的爆发。
而且他们这个阵容其实也不用
So
太
Bryce
肉了
对，
龙女一个人足够。
更何况他现在也是马上就要做出日炎。
The support battle, obviously Thresh has more gold, but
在联赛中使用最多的 ADC。
in mid-game team fights, who's having a bigger impact, Annie or Thresh?
他呢是非常的喜欢这个。
I think that Annie's having a bigger impact with her stun.
对，感觉女警是一个 ADC 的基
Pretty
本
much all Thresh can do is single out the ADC and lock her down with an ult.
我觉得女警应该是英雄联盟里面最枯燥的英雄了。
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Annie
因为手够长，很好玩。
with her Tibber stun.
我觉得他这种走砍或者黑炭的 run 打起来会非常带感。如果你
带感。
So well,
的话，是的。
we have that going for them.
看一下
Granted,
，Is that an
Annie.
invisible white buff?
这边看
Yeah.
领先了对方2000多，将近3000，对，2800，
有点夸张了。
Spectator bug.
2800，大家可以想一下，一把银血才。
If we went into full vision, we'd be able to see it.
那作为中弹来说的话，领先经济
Sometimes the buffs don't come out of
关键是这个时间
like Fog of War.
早了。
是的，但现在老格涅战队已经从刚才的1万经济差，现在慢慢的追回了一点。
Just throwing over two eggs.
拿好了 buff，然后几人集结在中路。
I don't like how Caitlyn's been ulting. She should be using it for poke every time she can on Syndra.
是的，
Like off cooldown, if they could get vision of her ult
这
it.
里的话还想入侵对方的野区，直接抢对方的蓝 buff。这边
不敢守。
这个蓝可以给女警。
They aren't really
然后这边的推线
pushing towers, looking for fights. It's not really how they play their comp.
这一波下来
又打回来了。
And Lucian getting a top turret for Dragon.
就得赶紧中路。
刚才卢锡安已经是把大招用来清兵了，为了自己推得更快一些。
是的，那这里我们看到 EP.hk 包到中路，
哎，老关键这个
I feel that EP's letting LG get back into this game.
然后我们再上去推你的二塔。哎，这一波 EP.hk 如果交换的话，
是要换中还是要怎么样？
啊，这个大太让人绝望了。
对。
But a bad rotation by LG, and
是的，这边龙女可以稍微抵一下。
they're gonna take the mid turret.
被拿了，
看一下怎么办？哇，这个一技能直接封住入口，
这个地方就是炸弹人的
天堂。
专属位置。
是的，
随便往这里架脚丢。
Or they just back away. They didn't have the mains to tank it,
这边要等一波兵线，那中路的二塔的血量，
but it should be going down fairly soon. Unless they back away again.
谁也不要想过来。哎，还要抢一发。
Yeah, they're definitely
really-
playing really careful.
They want to play a fight instead of a siege.
清空，
清空，然后在这里做文章，3个针眼，
They're looking for Baron bait here.
他们不知道对方的
And he's taking the safe way around. That was smart of them.
马上过来了。
这个包到了中路，不过这边的牵扯其实是老格涅赚了。
现在推塔还是更实在一点。
对，这边的话是选择了继续中路的推进，那这边的二塔应该是很难守了。龙女再一次
The problem with taking Baron is
配合几个字的背，
if
女警恐怖
LGD sees that they're doing Baron, they can just fight them straight up because it does way too much damage at this point in the game.
今天
And they're going right back to it.
有点像 OMG 的感觉。
要埋伏。
Oh, they're gonna wait in the bush.
在这里 buff 看一下还能打。
要来了。
Or take care of
也要看了。
Olaf's caught.
啊，这种伤害直接看一下没有死。
Olaf
已
is
经被秒了。
不过这里的话，鳄鱼还有机会逃脱。
还是
Backline was free to attack there, but Syndra wasn't in position.
哎，这个 E 到了。
看一下，新达现在有大招。
And Lucian just
这里直接交了互怼。
doesn't do any damage right now.
奥巴马这边还想占点便宜。
I'm actually surprised at how much damage is done to the backline of
红起来，大招支援。
Caitlyn.
哇，这边鳄鱼，
但是
鳄鱼闪现转钩子，
Nice two-man stun,
女警的输出位置
but
太好
they
了。
just got out of his.
聪明啊，
是的，
They're gonna get aced here.
Yeah.
打了一个1换4。
1换4。应该啊，
Well, nothing's gonna come out of that, and they got shut down gold.
这边看到
刚刚的技能放的都非常的乱。
是的，
其实那波死了安妮以后，我觉得老干爹打得相当不错了，但是追击就实在是太不错了。
It's a big wave
对方残血
on
太
bot
多，辛达拉西
for
我手上还有一个大招，还有点燃，配合
Yeah.
ADC 的话，应该是
on the
有
pods
机会
coming
的
in.
但他的大招和点燃根本就没有距离让他放，
对
在他放大招和点燃之前已经被女警点的生活不能自理了。
是的，最后的话强行用大招和点燃是
And
换
the
掉
pause
一个
comes
EP
out.
这边有一名选手掉线。
Oh,
Looks like lag issues.
真的是个错误。
Just restarting the client.
也不能说是错误吧，最主要是初期没有看到。
Nice of them to put it in English for us.
团战的牵扯战之中，
Yeah.
就感觉没有吉格斯那么好用。
打团的时候，你有没有看到辛德拉他的技能很难释放出来？
辛德拉是以手长著称的，但是炸弹人比他手还长。
对的。
线上的话也有点打不过。
No, we should got the gold turtles. But okay, so the vision changes for season 4 were to stop exactly this. You can't walk into your jungle without being seen and then evidently dying. Now, they have that control right now, so what can EP do to get back in the, or not EP, what can LG do to get back in?
Right now, I don't really think they stand a chance.
感觉 EP 他们的打法还是
Against
挺
EP.
围绕这个 ADC 来打。
So they're hoping that EP throws?
这个最重要的输出位置是给这个
Basically, yeah. I think the only way they could win if they start a team fight in their favor and it ends up going positive. I think
So,
if they keep
a lot
doing
of luck.
that,
A bad tower dive pick.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much their only chance of coming back in this game. They get some nice pushes and some nice team fights. And maybe a Baron or two.
Yeah, it's going to take an awful lot of time for them to get back, even if they do win a fight.
Yeah. At least to break even.
这一盘刚上手，老干爹的 LPL 首秀啊，也是感觉还是有点紧。是的，他们的换线真的处理的，感觉换线不是很果断，因为他们刚开始上线套爸爸其实是在下路的，突然又决定去换上去，但是准备又不是那么的充分。
应该是奥拉夫看到龙女在，
So,
所以说知道对方是一个长。
what do you max on Thresh?
想要把线换上去，
但是感觉换的效果非常的差。
I personally max my lantern just for the shield and
还有
team
比较
fights.
讨厌的几波就是那个，明明这波可以把塔推掉，然后吉格斯一个大招，这
You
样
can't see what Thresh maxed, but
对，导致初期在防御塔上面 EP.hk 就占据了一个领先的位置。
I think Lantern, they did
没有，刚刚回来也
2v1 lane, so they don't need to get the kill pressure up off of leveling up E.
是过来补
They're not playing a siege comp even though they picked it, so they don't need to level up Q, so I think Lantern would be good for them.
EP 的视频的
Now, if I were playing the comp, it would be a siege comp, and I would have maxed Q and got lucidity boost just so I could throw my hook out like every 5
他们的
seconds.
真言也很多，他们同时
Yeah, it depends on what you're planning to do with the game. It seems that they're staying defensive, and when they have to team fight, they will.
Oh,
um,
by getting a pick,
配合炸弹的大招，
that burst.
上来直接点了一枪。
会不会选择打大龙？
But when they need to team fight, they try to stay as defensive as
这
possible.
个很聪明。
I think
在
that's
下路这边赶过来的话，实在是太
their upper advantage against
的话
LGT,
应该要放了。
LGD,
放弃的
whatever.
话，这场的机会真的越来越小。
哎，这里
If they can get,
怎么办？现在大龙的
they
水
really
线
need to
多
beat
少？
off this Baron here.
加回来，龙女扑大了，奥拉夫要率先被秒。
They're not as desperate to get into the lead as
哎，晕到了，直接一个大逼你走，哇！
这一个 kill，
这一下的配
so
合
they
非常的
can
好。
stay defensive and still win the game.
想杀炸弹人。
Lucian's doing a lot of damage, but he's
这里的话，卢锡安身上还有什么技
can't
能吗
do anything.
上了波这边安妮复活了，对面
Sindred pretty much died from like 3/4 health with the Caitlyn ult and the 6Q. They needed to go in, but they needed to go in as a unit. And Annie just walked in for suicide.
The pull landed, and so did the knockup.
音标
So
技能都没放出来。
she really had nothing to do there. I think she was looking to get a stun in,
这个伤害，
pick up a few kills.
他应该是踩了两
踩了两个
个炸弹，
对
两个。
That's pretty good for Ziggs. He shouldn't have been able to kill him.
哎，这个一放出来，基本上是可以擦两个。
Lucian was pretty low health.
其实隔的距离蛮短，你一不小心就擦两个。
直接就没了。
Lucian got the judgment, so I'd say it's worth room, but
24分钟，大龙
he didn't go in expecting to die.
主光超人的注意力也算是比较集中了。是的，一般回城的时候都是
It gets you to base faster, I guess.
喜欢回城的会回家看装备。
卡内这里还是在不停的刷，
他这波回家是要做红叉。
对，
see what they're building. And we can't because they just... There we go.
So, Caitlyn has a Banshee's Veil, Syndra won't be able to burst her out, so there's really no kill potential onto Caitlyn anymore. She's not going to die. It also means Annie can't catch her out with stuns. Ziggs went for Medges. That's new. I think they're trolling now. They realize that they can do whatever. Olaf and Redactin need to recall and get home guard. There's 2 ults down. If they want to fight, this would be a good time for it.
The farms are pretty much the same here. It's just that they lost early game team fights and early game lanes too quickly. I'm pretty sure that's where they fell behind. The switch is, again, what got them in this game.
Well, I think the switch worked. It's just that they didn't respect any damage coming from Vi.
Yeah, the switch would have worked if
Lucian didn't die.
and Vi would have gotten when the team fight happened in top lane early game. Vi should have been bought to help defend that turret with Renekton. Or not Vi, Olaf.
During the teamfight, Tog wasn't even in it. He was farming behind the turret, and then Lucian just died. That damage.
Before that,
Yeah.
I guess it wasn't the team fight. When Olaf was in his jungle.
Yeah, when he was clearing camps when he should have been helping out the lanes.
Yeah. Sometimes I can't get my thoughts out. Matt understands me though.
Yeah.
He'll explain it better.
So they had their ultimates down. They were able to take the inhib. They're gonna have them up now. Shyvanic and Vi will just dive as soon as they get to the turret.
I think as long as they get all these 3 turrets down, LGD doesn't really stand a chance against EP at all anymore. Because then they'll have all 3 inhibs open, they could 3-way split push.
I think they're just gonna close it out after this. They just need to get the wave up so they can dive onto high priority target.
Yeah. This could be endgame.
Next wave. If
Shyvana
Shyvana had a chance to dive onto Syndra, but she didn't take any hook. Not going to be taken. They just need to pick one of these. Someone needs to make the call to go in.
I think Caitlyn will be the one to make the call. Either Caitlyn or Vi.
Well, Vi's just not going to say anything. Just going to go in and hope that her team does something.
Or not Caitlyn. Shyvana or Vi.
Yeah. If they land a proper hook, they should go. Yeah, they're just backing off.
I think they're gonna go for drag one last time. Go back, get everything sorted, and go for one last push.
I think they're not really caring about Syndra's damage right now, and they're just looking for Lucian. They feel if they can get Lucian, then they go in. If they can't, then they just leave it alone. But this does mean that LGD will get some free farming time and be able to push the minions out of their base.
That's true. But the further they push the minions out of the base, the more likely they have to get caught out.
I don't think they're going to push any further than what they just did.
Looks like they're going for one last push through mid lane to finish off the game.
They should have been buying elixirs there, just for this.
Yeah.
But
One last stand, you want to be prepared. buy what you can.
I'm just doing a nice job clearing these waves.
船长这边很稳，
You can see top lane is pushing well. I think Lucian's gonna go up and try and clear that.
这种女警真的让
After
对
he
面
comes
有
out of
点没
base.
办法。是的，
Or not. I think they're just
好
gonna
的
leave it.
上去测两下，不好的话，
Well,
He's gonna have to deal with it now. It's on the
龙女一直
turrets.
刻意保护着这
Yeah.
边的点塔的 ADC。
大男人这个克维神反，是的，
that top lane really pushed hard once they destroyed the inhibitor.
I'm really surprised at how well LGD's been able to hold Slash, how poorly,
要逼你回家。
and he flashed onto the trap,
大招开始
completely ruined the engage.
There's the engage.
秒掉安妮，这个人不多了，奥巴马的数值能不能秒掉东西？啊，一口干锅扎回来了，
这边东霍这一把打得非常非常的好，直接
MVP Caitlyn with the trap
也直接被秒，又得到了多
漂
鱼。
亮
那。这样的话，
They
波直接要带走。
failed really badly there, and I thought that
现在一个人能守住吗？
it was a good time. Like if they didn't get trapped there,
哇，一个勾差一点点。
LGD would have been able to
看一下女警
at least save their turret.
这样的话真是
有机会，有机会。
哎，可以拿着奖。
安妮3秒复活，这边啊，应该是保不住了。
I think they're looking to
哎，
take
这
this
里
inhib.
被打掉了吉格斯，这一下有点没有想到，不过路线这里很
I
危
don't think
险
they。can do much
完全被
about
秒，被秒。
half the
奥
team
拉
down.
姆也走不掉啊。
那这样的话，上路的水晶是根本没有办法去守了，单单依靠一个辅助的安妮。
鳄鱼和辛德拉好，还好是活了。
是的，好，这一波回家以后再在大龙做点文章，我觉得就可以了。
这一波
That was a pretty good push. They got 2 inhibs, a turret, and half the Nexus turret down.
经济的劣势，
Which
The
is
next
going
turret's
to be
gonna
good.
regenerate.
看一下野区的控制数据，最主要这么大经济优势的原因也
They
是
have a 20k gold lead and they're going to grab Baron. They should recall
Oh,
after
did they
this.
not take that? I thought they took the mid turret and then.
No, the engage happened
靠大龙也能够
before it went down.
收入囊中，要不要等安妮
Gotcha.
They just got the inhib as it respawned.
哎，等他。
这边的团队执行力
Flag.
非常的高。
EP 今天打的真不错。
已经一正常了。
And Lantern.
I wonder if players decided all to hold S and make us think they were lagging.
对，每个细节的处理的让人感觉没有。
5-man
是的，吉格斯
team is just like, okay, everyone stop moving.
还是让
How do you
那
lag
这一
in
波回
local?
家再推的话，实在找不到能够翻盘的理由啊。
真的是不给机会啊！老干爹这一场打的也挺闷的。
是 EP 这边的出装啊和打法都是
It's still a lane.
脚稳的。
They still have to travel across the distance,
狸猫超人
even though it's not that great of a distance.
Yeah.
吉格斯杀人数也比较老。
对，挺适合他的这种模式。这样的话，老干爹第二盘我觉得压力也挺大的。
没错，没有想到面对这样一个算是老对手吧，因为在之前的比赛里面有过交火。
对，
Lucian's really overextended here.
大家都是打这个资格赛上来的嘛。
I think they're just gonna not worry about Lucian and push for the gold. Lucian could keep pushing now in base race. I don't think it's
He
very
can't go through 2 turrets, but that's what you expected to happen. I expected him to do it with Lucian there, but when he showed bot lane, there's no reason for them not to just jump into them.
保上路超级兵道歉。
exactly.
问题是现在吉格斯和女警2个 C 位的输出全部都在这里。
So,
先
Now
覆
they're
盖
just
The
gonna
double
file
if
in
play
for
failed.
Slaughter.
一枪直接点掉了鳄鱼1/3
They're just gonna file in for Slaughter now.
是的，感
Yeah.
觉这波没有什么。
Half the team.
So,
守住一个大招。
33-minute game. Lasted a lot longer than I thought it would.
太好的机会了。
Yeah.
Goes to EP.
I think EP
水晶被点掉，
dragged
恭
it
喜
out
天线
much
地
more
打
than
得
they
非常的漂亮。
could have.
Yeah. Indecisive calls.
Yeah.
As they play together, they're gonna work on
Made a
that.
few mistakes, but nothing big enough to lose the game for them or to turn it around.
Their laning was just so strong off of LGD's mistakes. I hate that name. I can never say it.
I can never remember it.
I know I was saying like player names and player champions whenever the names weren't up on the stream.
Yeah.